What's up, guys? Swift here, covering everything Chicago Bears. I have an update on Kyler Gordon today. He left Sunday's game with a hand injury, and it's now being reported that Gordon might have suffered a broken hand on the play. This most likely would keep Gordon out at least 4 weeks, but I'm not a doctor and not here to speculate. Just wanted to give you guys the update, show you the play that it happened on from both angles, and discuss who would replace Kyler if the report is true. Let's get right into it. First thing we're going to do here is watch the play. This is the play it happened on. This is Kyler Gordon. He's going to be on a cornerback blitz. You're going to see Dominique Robinson drop into coverage and pick up Luke Musgrave. Love to see it. But if you'll see here, when Gordon goes down to the ground, he comes up holding his hand here. This is the play where he got hurt. This was the last play. You can't really see a lot from this angle, but we do have the other angle here. So this is going to be Kyler coming in on the cornerback blitz here. We're going to watch it in slow motion. And I'll tell you what I see. Man, I love Kyler, and I hate to see this, but it looks like it was his right hand. There's a couple things I saw here. First is, it looks like he kind of punches A.J. Dillon with the hand first, and then he tries to plant into the ground, catch himself. I don't know if it bends awkwardly there, but you can tell after he uses his hand to kind of push forward that he comes up grabbing it right there. He kind of stops and grabs at his wrist. Instead of diving further there, you can tell his attention is no longer on Jordan Love. It is on his hand. And I hate to see this, man. I hope Kyler's okay. So now that we've seen it, we won't hear anything from Eberflus until probably tomorrow. This sucks mostly because Kyler was one of the players I was most confident was going to have a breakout season this year. It's hard not to love this dude's game. He's a baller, and this definitely hurts our defense, which is probably the last thing we need right now. But who would step up? I think Josh Blackwell would be the guy who gets to play in the nickel in Kyler's absence. It's possible they could give Tyreek Stevenson a look inside. He played there as a freshman at Georgia, and if they did that, they could move Terrell Smith into the number 2 job opposite of JJ. But Josh Blackwell makes the most sense, especially for this weekend's matchup. He's a young, feisty player who looked good in limited snaps last year. Greg Stroman Jr. also spent some time in the nickel this year in camp. He's not on the active roster, but maybe a move gets made. I tried to do some research on hand injuries, but there are just way too many equations and what ifs. Without knowing the details, we won't really be able to get a clear timeline here. I want to be clear that this injury is not confirmed yet that his hand is broken. We are just going off what we heard. But he definitely did hurt his hand. If it's broken, my best guess is he'd be out at least 3 to 4 weeks. This all depends on what kind of break it is and everything. But Bills tight end Dawson Knox broke his hand mid-season in 2021. He missed roughly a month, and tight ends use their hands about as much as anyone. I'm hoping Kyler can be back that soon as well. He is needed on this defense. In other injury news around the NFL, Aaron Rodgers has confirmed to have torn his Achilles. He is out for the season after only 4 snaps for the New York Jets. You hate to see it, and I don't wish injury on anybody, but for people looking for a bright side in the situation, Rodgers needed to play 65% of the Jets' snaps this year in order for the Packers to get the first-round pick from the Jets next year. That first-round pick from the Jets is now going to be a second-round pick that the Packers receive, which means the Bears are now the only team in the NFC North with 2 first-round picks next year. I don't know if that helps the sting of that beating we just took, but it's at least a Band-Aid. Thanks to everyone who watches. I have a bunch more videos in the works. Stay tuned. Remember to hit that like button for me. And until next time, bear down.
Do right, Jay. Do right, Jay. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, good work today, baby. Let's keep going. Here we go. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3.